I don't know if anybody's here yet, but hello. Ooh, that one's much louder. Shh. There we go. Is that a good volume? Is that too loud? That might be too loud. It's hard to tell because I can't hear my voice. So I'm trying to guess based on levels that I'm getting on OBS and like just how loud it is to me of like, yeah, this is probably where it sits. Well, hey Discordia, how's it going? It's kind of conversational volume. Okay, cool. That's good. That's what I want. Like I want to talk and for you to hear the music, but I don't want it to be like 70% on my machine. Is that high? Is that low? I just mean like the mostly, well, that's good to know, but I'm mostly worried about how loud the music is versus how loud my voice is, and that I have a good ratio of like background music to my voice. It's more than half. I mean, but like if you watch a movie on your laptop or like a YouTube video or something, is 70% generally what the volume sits at? Or is it normally at 50%? You normally have like 85%? Just curious. Because I know some people have talked about how some of the streams are really quiet compared to other things. And I had to change how I did my setup. About the same? All right, cool. Conversational volume. Awesome. Conversational volume is what I want. So how's your day going? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, I guess that was the end of that song. All right. Oh, let me bring up mod view. In case I have to mod. Very important. There we go. Now it's all up. Honey Money's a little louder. Oh, Honey Money! She's just better at this than me. That's what it is. She probably also has a, shoot, is it? It's not a low pass filter. The one where it raises volume. Where like it cuts off anything below a certain volume. And then anything above that volume, it makes sure it hits a specific range even if it's quiet. I stopped using that with mine because I have a lot of mouth noises. And I noticed that it would pick those up. And then you'd hear like a lot when I was talking. And it really bothered me. And like kind of breaths that it would just accentuate that were loud enough to get picked up. And anytime I would listen to my stuff, that would drive me up a gosh darn wall. So I just raised my volumes, try to speak at a more set register, and then hope for the best. I have a very wet mouth, I feel like, so that might be why. Okay, so I have a few things planned. Hey, Crawdad, how are you doing? Let's actually zoom in on that. Look, magic items. How are you doing, Crawdad? Acme font. Perfect. Good, thanks for asking. You are very welcome. Are you ready? Larson suggested doing magic items today. I think because he had something specific he wanted to make. But I was like, that's cool. Just make a theme out of it. And it also means I get to talk about... I can talk about grinder bins. But also... the WTF is my ridiculous item generator. Hey! Hey, Honey Money. Hey, everybody raiding in with Honey Money. Hey, Shauna. How are you all doing? Honk honk. Ran the first session in a new campaign yesterday, and it was really fun. Good! I'm so glad. The space one you were telling me about? Car accident gang here. I heard you. I couldn't answer or reply because I was doing stuff for this. Yeah, I feel like I don't know how many people that were in car accidents are American, but like for how much we drive, like I can't think of anyone that I know that hasn't been in several car accidents. Like some worse than others, but like just the sheer amount of time we spend in cars here. It's like guaranteed. Words of wisdom. Don't be in a car accident, Honey Money. That's good. That's good words of wisdom. Also, high times, Ryan. That's so scary. I worry for you all. I mean, but they're usually, I mean, they're not good in pretty much any scenario, but like a lot of times they're just, I don't know, mundane. It seems like I shouldn't call a car accident mundane because it's a car accident, but like a lot of them aren't that bad. It's like we got rear-ended a couple of years ago. And I was like, we were sitting waiting to turn, someone came up too fast, hit our car. It's like, okay, well, exchange insurance, we have collision insurance, do a thing. It's like, oh, man, it's just weird. Like, because it is one of those things where you're like, I'm a little sore the next day. Is that from the car accident? So like, it can be a bit of a thing. Not that bad usually. Yeah. I mean, you hear about the really bad ones, but like, yeah, most of the ones I've been in, like, you know, we've hit guardrails, you know, we've been rear-ended, like red light ran, hit another car, not at super high speeds. But like, yeah, it's just, I mean, cars are also designed to like, make sure you don't die in those situations. It's like, well, this is where I die. I don't think I've ever thought that in any of the car accidents I've been in. I've thought that at other times. When I had pneumonia, I was like, if I fall asleep right now, I feel like I may never wake up. Like, that's how bad I felt. It was like a weird, like, overly aware of my body and that it could just stop being around anytime. My first car gave its life for mine. Wow. It's a bad one. Also, if it hit, it's just a little whoopsie. Yeah, just sometimes it is just a little whoopsie. I only know one person that's been in a bad accident, and he was high while driving. Oh, dang. You don't drive high. You learned two things today. From Honey Money, learn don't get in car accidents. From me, learn don't drive high. Yeah, and I feel like the language over here, Honey Money, too, is like a touch. We would still call that a car accident. Like, oh no. Someone, like, we were in an accident, someone bumped us, and it was so light that, like, we were like, all right, whatever, we're not even gonna get this fixed. It's a scrape on the bumper. Who cares? Like, it would be more work than it's worth. Honda homies. We almost bought a Honda. Hondas are one of the cars that we were like, oh man, when we get our next car. It was Honda, Mazda, and Toyota. We were like, these are the 3 brands of cars that we will get. Not like all 3. Like starter Pokemon. We aren't getting them all. Just what? Those were the 3 that we were looking at. Ooh, interesting crafting mechanics for a Spelljammer style campaign. I'm kind of curious about that. Some people have guardian angels. We have Honda safety engineers. Yeah. Just do what I do. Don't drive. Do you passenger, Honey Money? Like, because you could be in an accident. Stream is a sponsor behind a Honda. If you want to sponsor this stream, just give me a car. I will put right here next to the skull. I will put Honda. Good shit. I don't know. I'll put Rat Beach's quote of some people have guardian angels. We have Honda safety engineers. Sponsored by Honda. I'd be down for that. Rolled their cars. Oh wow. Okay, I haven't rolled a car or been in a rolling car, so it hasn't been that bad. Outlawed from driving cars after seeing you driving games. Get a Kia. A Kia was another one we were considering. Even though for some reason I absolutely hate the new Kia logo. I like the ad with the hamsters. Oh, was it? Goud mode? Oh, I want to know about his crafting system. I support the sponsorship. Oh, good. Yeah, I saw him. He's like constantly doing that monster battling. Honda safety engineers. Taking the subway though. Yeah, then you gotta worry about just a mass collection of people and that they're all, you know, sane and stable. Oh my gosh, dang, Shauna. Like you were driving and fell asleep? Oh, learn blueprints through experimentation. There were tiers of various pushes, poisons, fire, etc. Oh, that's cool. None of us are sane or stable. Thank you, coffee. You were delicious. Served me well. All right, so magic items. So this is how I tend to do magic items. Bring this up. So this is how all of in Grinderbin's Mobile Market of Ridiculous Magic Items, that book, plug. All the items I have are set up like this. There's a book full of them, but then I have them set up as individual cards as well that you could like print out for your game. So I like doing, and these are all like system agnostic builds. So it's just title, description, the sales pitch, and then some special ingredients. So the idea being like what it does. So this is kind of the format I want to do today. But like, I want to make up some weird magic items. It's really fun. And the format for this is based on the giant generator we made called WTF is my ridiculous magic item generator, which is this. If you've ever been to WTF is my D&D character, it's built on that style of engine. It actually used to run on the thing on its own GitHub, and then Google Docs changed how it does. So if you go to the GitHub, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't pull this. Magic item inspired by Nick the OG's kitten pics. I'm on board with this idea. Also, hey, little lionhead, how are you? Coffee upsets me because it smells so good and tastes so bad. Oh yeah, coffee tastes awful. Like, just drinking raw coffee is a terrible experience. So drink it with chocolate. Like I literally pour like 1/4 of a cup or more of chocolate milk into my coffee, and then it's delicious. I don't want just coffee. Just regular coffee is gross. The fixins are what make coffee. It's like beans. Like, I don't like just beans. Beans don't taste good. You season them properly. You make them in the right thing. Bam, you got good beans. Now you're cooking with beans. So that's what matters. Cocoa packets? Yeah, I get the cocoa packets from Aldi. If I'll either do chocolate milk or I'll do like half and half in cocoa packets, and do like half a hot chocolate packet or 1/3 of a hot chocolate packet, and then cream or half and half. And I might put whipped cream on it too. I love the taste of coffee unless it's from Dunkin'. Oh no. Don't be dunking on Dunkin'. Actually, the last couple times I went there, their coffee was not good, but this place in Greensboro that makes a malted mocha milk chocolate, and it is so good. Oh, that sounds really good. Bag of magic kittens. Opening the bag creates magic kittens that run around 10-foot radius around the bag. Was thinking of giving an effect causing joy like healing. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna copy this and we're gonna get to this. There we go. So we don't have to do it like this, but I'm gonna show this off. This is the item generator we made. So this creates a random item. So this is a haunted peg leg that latches onto you and a nearby object, creating an unbreakable physical bond between the two of you whenever you see your crush. So the way we did this was, here, let me actually refresh it so you can see another one. So star-laden thieves tools. Oh, nope. Wobbly Labrador. Oh, that's adorable. That gives off purple light whenever someone is being rude behind your back. So the way these are set up, here's the master list, is it's the descriptor, which is like a jewel encrusted, wooden, broken, wobbly. There's 317 of those, I guess. Oh, 318? Because one is a thing. So the way these work, we have it set up to where it is the descriptor, the object, the power, and the condition of it. So these are all generated by, here's the thing, it is wobbly. What is it? A Labrador. That, the word that is always there. Power is, gives off a purple light. And then whenever, another anchor word. That and whenever are anchor words, they're always there. And then someone is being rude behind your back. So every time you refresh it, you'll get a new item. So a godly pair of underwear that devours gold whenever you lose track of something important. So like I like doing it kind of like this, but we can do it however we want. But we made this, it crafts like, I think adding these up, it's like over 5 billion different items because of the number of stuff we have in each one. I don't think these numbers are correct anymore. I don't know why they're there. If I didn't have to be healthy and I like to, if I didn't have to be healthy and shit, but I like reading it. It's if I didn't have to be healthy and shit, as in that's another thing you have to do. All the drinks would be an amalgamation of coffee and chocolate. Yeah, that's fair. There's some bag bottle in D&D that inspires me. So a thing, okay, so before we start, we build this bag of kittens, and I'll put other, if anybody else has another type of item. More toilet talk. I saw the freaking toilet. That game's wild. If I didn't have to be healthy, I would still drink those green wheatgrass smoothies because I like them. Even better. Heck yeah. If you like something that's healthy, that's the way to go. I feel like this is just like a scotch loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Maybe it's just me. Like a bottle of everlasting smoke. Ooh. That's cool. Is the bottle shaped like a hookah? Because it should be. A real spell that conjured hopping baby goats. It distracted opponents, and if they were evil, it dealt psychic damage to them because they were embarrassed about thinking out how baby goats are cute. That's funny. Man, sometimes I see like times where I say LOL Jesse, and I legitimately do not remember saying anything funny. And now I'm like, did I say something embarrassing instead? Entirely possible. It's kind of what I was thinking for the bag of magic kittens. I do like that. Distractingly adorable. Oh, is it hookah shaped? Oh. That was a joke. Thank you. I just run my mouth for 2 to 5 hours and like don't fully I just like saying things that I think people will enjoy and don't always register like I am making a joke. I'm just like, say this thing, someone will laugh. Brain, move on. Like I gotta go to the next thing. So I feel like that happens quite often where people are like, ha ha, and I'm like, oh, did I? What happened? In one of my dad's campaigns, he had an intelligent magical sword that was constantly insulting whoever wielded it. Oh, yes. So, like, I mean, he probably didn't get the idea from Soul Eater, but that's kind of like Excalibur from Soul Eater. Who, like, calls everybody, fool! And, like, corrects them. And nobody wants to use that weapon because he's a real ass. But it is really funny. I feel like that's a really good cursed weapon. Is a weapon that insults you. I can't talk about a thing for Side Quest Season 2 because it's not out yet. But remind me when that comes out that it reminded me of this thing. He definitely did not get his idea from Soul Eater. He has standards. All right. That's fair. That's fair. No, I don't want to do it. All right, here's the questions I want answered when we make magic items. All right, so here's what I like to have for magic items. What it do? What does this item do? In this first item, probably gonna be it's gonna conjure kittens. So do's effect. Conjured kittens are adorable. We gotta figure that out. Why it do? Like, what is the point of this item? Is it to like instigate roleplay? Is it like to boost combat? Is it to try and balance a party's combat level or something else? Like, oh, everybody in the party usually rolls 10 damage a turn, but this one player just always gets low. They're not spec'd for combat or something, and they feel kind of useless in combat. So like, here's an item, and the reason I'm making this item is to boost their damage in combat or something like that. So like the why they use. So like, similar to, you know, oh, I'm trying to balance party. They're like, oh, this does more damage, I want to use it. Or like, oh, this looks cool, it fits my character, it's a family heirloom. Like, the why someone wants to use it. And then the conditions and drawbacks. So like, why, what makes it do what it does? Are there any conditions for why it does it? Like, you have to be under a full moon, or you have to say a magical catchphrase. And then drawbacks. Does it have any limits per day? Reset at a certain time? Does it double your strength but have your intelligence? That kind of thing. I think even good items should have conditions and drawbacks to them. Kittens should be a buff because it's funny imagining a group of bloody, battle-hardened adventurers breaking out a bag of kittens to give them an edge for a boss fight. I like this. How about this for conditions and drawbacks? The kittens will give them a buff while the kittens are out. But if anything attempts to damage the kittens, the players like have to step in front of the kittens to take the damage they would have taken. So like, if kittens are targeted, it's pretty much an automatic damage to whatever player can get there to body block it. Does that seem... Is that too harsh? That might be too harsh. I feel like protection of the kittens is like an important part of this. I was thinking the players could be forced to attack whoever attacks the kittens. If they're attacking kittens, though, I feel like that's... Oh, So that could be used to advantage. So like if the big boss wants to run away, a lackey attacks the kitten, all the players have to attack the kitten next round. Boss can run away, or not attack the kitten. Attack the lackey that attacked the kittens, and the boss gets a free round to run away. It'd also be really fun to have a character that can summon like 1 HP lackeys in mass group. And so you summon like 21 HP lackeys that all attack the kittens. And then players are forced to deal with these like almost pointless minions while the boss is like, ha ha, pew, 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 no one's attacking me. I like this. That's a good idea. All right, so for some... So, what'd it do? Not mag. Bag of kittens. We're going to change that name. Another drawback could be effect ends if all kittens are destroyed. I would also say that players get a debuff. They're so distraught over the cats being removed that if the cats are removed, like if the cats are attacked and removed rather than like put back in the bag, that they're, you know, attacked, stolen, whatever, then they get a debuff for failing the kittens. Adventurer's Tool kittens. Adventurers. Oh my gosh. Toolkit. Tits. Is it toolkit? Is hyphenated? All right, so let me go back to my thing. So let's do our description. Okay, that's too big. Let's do, there we go. Bag of... Let's say... All right. Here's the thing with summoning animals that always gets me. Is like, where did they come from? Can these be like kitten avatars? Ghostly kittens? Like if it's physical kittens. It's like, where do they go when they're not in the bag? Oh, the bag should be a cat food bag? That's great. Bag that appears to be a normal bag of what's a good fake kitten golems. We're going kitten golems. What's a good fantasy cat food? They're fey spirits in the form of kittens. Oh, okay. That I could see that working. I like kitten golems. Oh. I keep thinking of Frisky Dingo. Nips feline foodstuffs. What are some cat food brands? All right, best cat food brands from Chewy. Meow Mix. Conga Chunks. Niche British comedy reference. Too niche for me. Also, hey, Levitating Nut, how you doing? Mischievous Catgeist. Is that actually a magic card? I get tacky cats. Tiki cats? I don't think Chewy sells tiki cats. Whoa, that is a cool... I like that. I get science diet. That makes me think like alchemist diet, but I feel like that's too into the weeds. It does look like it's out of an animated short. All right, Purina. Shiba. I feel like there's just a good cat pun here. I really like Friskies as a word. That's not what I want. That's the generator. Give me this. All right, well, I'm not going to get stuck on it. We're going to get there. Furldan Feast? Dragon Age reference? It appears to be a normal bag of cat food. Opening the bag causes, let's say, 2d4 plus 1. Is that enough? 2d4 plus 1? 9 leaves vegan cat food? That's funny. This may get dethroned, but it's currently the top runner. It's double funny because they're cat golems. They're not going to eat meat. So, let's say, you know what? Let's do 4d4. That's what? A maximum of 12 and a minimum of 4. Sorcerer's Spread. That's a good fancy feast. Is that between 3 and 9? Okay. So what about, oh, 16. You're right. Okay, so it's between 4 and 16 with an average of like 2, 4, 6, 8-ish. 8 to probably 9. Actually, it might be 10. Because the average is 2.5. Yeah. Average, don't give... My thing about dice, when I'm doing things, is like average of a dice roll, forget about it. It does not matter. Because you're not working with the average. You're working with anything in there. And like to be like, oh, well, if it's 10, 10's the number I want. So like, that's the average. I'll leave it as 10. No, that's bad. Don't do that. If you want the average to be 10, then you make it like 1d10 plus 5 or 2d6 plus 6. Like, you want it to hit... You want it to have some numbers in there that'll make it so it'll lean towards what you want it to be, and then have some swing for low and high end. Here I'm fine with 44 because I don't know how many cats I want. I actually think I want more, so I think we would change that. Average on dice rolls usually decimal, right? It's usually the middle number 0.5, I think, because like for a kind of like a 1, because like 1 through 6 where you're going to roll, it would be 3.5. If I'm remembering correctly. I don't math that much. Oh, no, I did not. Hang on, let me bring up Discord. Oh my gosh! Everybody has to see this. This is adorable. Look at this. Whenever Mischievous Cat Guy deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Well, that's pretty good. Disturb. You may cast this card from your graveyard. Transform it. Transformed for its disturbed cost. Wait, transformed? Does it come back as a 2/2 face down? Oh, it comes back as an enchantment. Okay. So you can enchant a creature and it gets what? Is it an enchantment creature? Or is it just an enchantment and you just get this effect? Or it's a 1/1 buff? Here's what I'm thinking. To answer your question, Levitating Nun, my thought being I want to have enough cats come out that it would be difficult to knock out all the cats in one round. So, like, I wouldn't want it to produce like 4 cats because then, you know, like 2 creatures could knock out all the cats. I kind of want it to be like the cats are... Oh, this is another thing. I absolutely want where the kittens are becomes difficult terrain, which is a D&D turn, so I have to change that. Spaces the kitten occupy. The kittens occupy. Actually, creatures moving through the spaces kittens occupy. Through. Move at half speed. 3d4 cats with exploding dice. Oh no, exploding dice. I love exploding dice. Oh man, I love exploding dice. Meow, just one meow thing. For more ghostly cats, look up Sims Art on Instagram. That was my Slack. Nobody panic. I'll have to look this person up later. Thanks, Crawdad. I do love exploding dice. Okay, so we've got bag of cats appears, let's say, 44 kittens. Kitten golems to appear. Actually, opening bag to fall out. Two to the power. Can never hear anything but 44. 44 kittens. Oh, that would be funny. Exploding dice. Yeah, roll the highest number and they explode, damaging everyone near. The mewing mass. All right, so what's the buff they should give? I don't. Do we want to say it? But because I don't want to say it buffs the party. Like, oh, it buffs the mewing mass. Buffs anyone who gives them food. Or has given them food in the past 24 hours. So you can feed them and they're pre-buffed. Hey, what's up, Monday? Oh, thank you very much. I did not see them. I haven't looked at my Instagram DMs, so thank you for telling me. Also, how are you doing, Monday? All right, so the viewing masses. The mewing mass buffs giving them resistance to fear, let's do several things. Let's do like fear, negative isn't like a type thing. Speaking from my experience of dogs in the office, they make everyone feel happier and have a massive detriment to getting work done. So you have to make some sort of roll to continue fighting rather than just pet kittens. Oh, double jumping distance. I love that. I never get anything done in the office anyway. And deal extra damage to anyone who harms a golem kitten. The massive golem kittens spread out from the bag and moving through the spaces the kittens occupy. Oh, and creatures, that's the word I deleted, moving through the space, moving through any space a kitten occupies, move at half speed. You want me to come back for 1 day a week? I'm about to shoot this shit at someone else's desk for 2 hours? Yeah. Everyone in range. What should the range be? It has to make that roll. Which roll? Like a roll like, oh, you gotta... Kittens are visible? Yes, kittens are visible. But this is doing okay. That pretty lame Diablo clone, Wolson, Lords of Mayhem, is getting a PS4 port for some reason, but we gotta wait for Romantilvania. A PS4 port? Do they know the PS5 has been out for a while? Or a PA4 port. I'm assuming that's PS. Oh, okay. So anyone who can see the kittens, that's the range. Got it. All creatures that can see the kittens must roll to resist stopping the fight, stopping what they're doing, and play with a kitten. So first thing. I feel like it should be more difficult the more kittens come out. The buff gives them. I have to clarify that. Resist Fear doubles their jump distance and lets them deal extra damage to anyone who harms a golem kitten. However, anyone who receives the buff from the kittens is magically charged with protecting them. If anything attacks a kitten, that creature must attack the thing that attacked the kitten on their next turn. Yeah, on their next turn. If at any point kittens are all of the kittens are removed by any means, everyone who was buffed gets a debuff for 7 days. 9 days. Because it's 9 lives. Now we have to think of what the debuff is. Actually, maybe only unbuffed people should be able to roll. Stop playing with the kittens. Ooh, it's a good point. All right, so I'll change the language in that. Let's see. It was already on PS5, I guess? The launch trailer is PS4. It just dropped in a newsfeed. Oh, that's weird. Okay. A player character is allergic to cats and have disadvantage on resistance roll. Hey, Splitter. They're golem cats, so hopefully it won't get the allergies. It might, though. Are bad vibes a recognized debuff? We'll have to define it a bit more than bad vibes. Effects include sadness. Let's say overwhelming sadness from missing the kittens. Sulking cuts their run speed in half. Because you can't run, you're like, oh. I don't know. I don't know what are good. I feel like run speed in half is actually pretty rough. That might be too rough. I definitely want at least a day. We'll just go 24 hours. So overwhelming sadness from missing the kittens. Sulking, which cuts their run speed in half. Oh, yeah. Let's just say, you know what, which lowers their run speed. Because I like doing system agnostic stuff. So I try not to use like exact measurements. Like 5 to 10 feet is like in a grid-based, like a square grid-based system. Like Pathfinder D&D is a good one. But then if you have like a hex-based system, they use different measurements. It becomes a whole nother thing. Or you have something like Numenera that uses like just base measurements, like close enough to react to, or you have to walk to it. So we'll just say lowers their speed and let the GM decide what that is. I gotta get my I have a new nose ring in, and I have to like adjust it when I touch it. It's also a weird feeling. It's a, I don't know if you can see it. It's a little hoop, and it has 2 jewels on the ends. And this is the one in the pack that I bought that I liked the least, but I like the other 2 in it. But I ended up putting it on and liking it. But now I can like wiggle it, and it itches the inside of my nose, like the literal inside, where the ring is inside of my nostril, and it feels bizarre. Very strange tickle. All right, sulking lowers their run speed. And damage. Because you're not going to swing as hard. All right, so what do we have right here? So we have Adventurer's Tool Kittens. So description, a bag that appears to be a... I hate this opening because I use bag twice. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . We'll say a bag of 9 lives of non-leaves vegan cat food. I think you should get advantage on preventing psychic damage as well. Ooh, okay. A seemingly normal. Yeah, there we go. Bag of. Thank you. Where's our buffs? Say mental and psychic damage. All right, so a seemingly normal bag of 9 leaves vegan cat food. Opening the bag causes we need more. I want so many cats. I want just an absurd amount of cats. 10d4. Exploding dice. That's too many. How about 10d4 exploding is too many. I'm thinking I'm thinking 10d4 no exploding. What do you think? I love exploding, but I want like a guaranteed unreasonable amount of cats. And 10 cats, the lowest you can possibly roll, is still a good amount of cats. Oh, hang on. Talion wrote a thing, and I didn't read it. For the next item, I actually like exploding dice. A set of 10d20s that appear normal. Rolling a 20 on any of them, the dice will create a magical explosion. Destroying that die, I have a vision of a gambler character trying to use them as their primary weapon and then them never working. We're gonna put this down for the next item of these exploding dice. $10d4 is too many. I'm not worried about the debuff. The debuff is like also, if you have an area of effect thing, you could take out a lot of cats. So a bag, you get at least 10 and up to 40 cats. No, you get 10 and then, oh yeah, 40. 10 times 4. Between 10 and 40 cats, yes. So like the debuff, I don't want to be a normal thing. Because the main issue is that if someone attacks a cat, then you have to attack them. That's the debuff that I'm more focused on. It's not a debuff, but it's like, it's gonna, in exchange for the buffs, you're running the risk of your turn will be monopolized by you now have to attack this thing that attacked the cat. Oh, yes. I just saw what Levitating Nut asked, and then Talion answered. Yeah, exploding die is when you roll the max number, you roll the die again, and you add the numbers together. So if you had a D4 that was an exploding die, and you rolled a 4, and you'd roll it again, and you rolled a 3, then your total would actually be 7. But you could do that multiple times. So you have exploding dice, so you roll a 4, and then you roll another 4, and then you roll another 4, and then you roll a 1, and now your total is 13. Yeah, smaller dice have a higher chance of exploding, but you have a less total. So in the Savage World system, your stats and your skills are all a die between 4 and 12, and they all explode. So if you have a low skill in something, like a D4 is your default. And if you have a high skill, it's up to a D12. So D4, D6, D8, D10, D12. So you're more likely to explode with the D4 than you are with the D12, but you're still probably going to get a better roll with the D12 than you are with the D4. And the D12 can still explode. Yeah, it's really fun. I love exploding dice. It's also a matter of, like, in Savage Worlds, damage is dealt in steps rather than like a straight HP, like in a D&D or a Pathfinder. So you're aiming for thresholds. Like if you hit their defense rating, you deal a damage. If you surpass it by a certain amount, you do more damage. If you surpass it by another amount, you do more damage. So like the exploding dice aren't like, you know, a result between a 5 on an exploding die and a 13 on an exploding die isn't that much more damage. It's not 7 more damage. It's probably 1 step, maybe 2. So like the system has to work for exploding die, where something like Pathfinder, it doesn't work with exploding die because that's not how it's balanced. Bye, little Lionhead. Have a good one. I hope the doctor's is a good time. Let me see the C5 version. Sweet. I'm excited for it too. All right, so seemingly normal bad cat food. Teddy 4 kitten. So yeah, okay, so this is where it starts. So Teddy 4 kitten. So I want to have, if you run out of cats, like an AoE attack is pretty big. You fit a lot of cats in like a small area. But like I don't want the main thing to be like destroy all the cats every time. But the bigger problem being, if they attack a cat, you have to go after them. Does that make sense? Because the debuff is like a bummer, but I don't want it to be... I don't want it to come into play most times. If this comes into play... Oh, that's the next item. If this comes into play... Wait. Did I delete? Oh, there it is. If this comes into play... I want it to be a rarer thing. A rare thing. Not rarer, just rare. Like, you really gotta work to get rid of all the cats. But it's easy to distract the buffed people, if that makes sense. I also might be wrong. I am open to thoughts. Alright, so you got 10d4 kitten golems fall out. All creatures that can see the kittens must roll to resist stopping what they're doing and playing with the kittens. And playing with a kitten. The mewing mass buffs anyone who gives the kittens food or has given them food in the past 24 hours. The buff gives them resistance to fear, resistance to mental and psychic damage, doubles their jump distance, and lets them deal extra damage to anyone who harms a golem kitten. The massive golem kittens spread out from the bag, and creatures moving through any space a kitten occupies moves at half speed. However, anyone who receives the buff from the kittens is magically charged with protecting them. If anything attacks a kitten, the creature must attack the thing that attacked the kitten on their next turn. If at any point all of the kittens are removed by any means, everyone who was buffed gets a debuff for 24 hours. Effects include overwhelming sadness from missing the kittens, sulking, which lowers their run speed and damage, and general bad vibes. How's that? Is there anything we want to add to this? Ooh, Jesse, after your killer complaint, I had to get a short overalls on my own, and well. These are some of the most comfortable things I've ever worn. My complaint? Is that my compliment about how overalls, everybody should wear overalls because you can look real cute in them? Overall shorts. Also, overalls can indeed be very comfy. All right. I feel like that's a fun item. I'm good with moving on. I want to make more items. I want to make these exploding die. Oh. That is not Garamond. Size 12. That's what I want, though. Okay. So we have... Oh, after your killer cosplay. Curse you, autocorrect. You got... Okay, so after my killer cosplay, you got short overalls of your own. And these are some of the most comfortable things I've ever worn. Awesome. I'm glad they're comfy. It sounds like you like them. So I'm glad you like them. Yeah, overalls are fun. Yeah, the Luigi. Because I had the top... I had everything for a Luigi except the overalls because we did the Luigi with Bayonetta legs. But then I was going to do a Luigi, so I had to go buy overalls, and the only ones the thrift store had were shorts. So it was Luigi and shorts. And also thigh-high blue socks. Which I had to wear a garter belt, I think is what it's called, where you clip them on and they hold the socks up, because boy howdy, those do not stay up on their own. That is annoying. You walk around and those things are just like shoop, 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 just coming down the leg. Very annoying. All right, so exploding die. All right, so tally input for the next one. I actually do really like the exploding die. Instead of 10d20s appeared normal. Rolling 20 makes it. All right, so I'm thinking like, what are you thinking? So you want to make this like someone's trying to make their primary weapon. Do you want to use them as like ammo for a sling? Is that what you're thinking, Talion? Talion, if you're still here. Where like you put it in a sling and you sling it and it hits something, and if it hits on the 20 it explodes, and if not, you've still hit them with essentially a sharp rock. Or like, are you thinking, what is your idea, or what are other people's ideas too? Because I'm thinking using it as ammo. Like just normal, hey, just a normal D20, you know, let's play some dice games. I don't know. So you're just rolling a die across the battlefield. Oh. All right. Okay. Talion, what about this then? What if they're caltrops? Because then you can just throw them. So, like, technically if it's a D4, that's a caltrop. And then it could explode. was thinking of cat drops. But we could also just have it be like, all right, so it's just a die that explodes. What color should it be? 20-sided. See, there was a brief point where my thighs were thick enough they'd hold them up, but then I got thicker and now they just stretch them out. I guess if they're like tight enough, they'll stay on, but they gotta be real tight because they're just working against gravity. Also, if they were tight enough to stay on my thigh, I feel like that might be uncomfortable, like for how tight they'd have to be. Okay, so you want more of the gamble. Okay. Do you want to use a middle die, like a D10 or a D12, or you want to stick to D20s? I'm fine with any of these. I'm having fun making items with people. Die with a small... I can be convinced of a D12. All right, well, let's do D12 then. 12-sided die. What makes it explode? Is it magic, or should it be like there's a vial of something inside, and when it rests with the 12 side up, there's like 2 vials in it, and there's a reaction when it's facing that way, and then they mix together and explode. Because I want something at its core that's going to make it explode. So just like a little bit of magic or a thing. Do you want to keep existing after it explodes? No, the dice would like literally explode. At its core, not its core. But magic because, boy, do I hate having to track how much ammo I have. Oh, you're right. It's not it is. It's just its core. It also has a small, unstable magical charge at its core. When the die... When, let's say, if the die lands on one through 11, nothing happens. If it lands on 12, it explodes. Explodes. Damaging everything within. How big of an explosion? How big do you want it to be? Ooh, it's also die. With a skull. Of a 12. on its face. The unstable magical charge within it ignites. Ignites, causing a large explosion. Can that previous item only be activated by the code phrase, time to let the cats out of the bag? That's really funny. I like that a lot. No, you don't have to say that, but I would give bonus points to someone who did say that. Oh, within it. Yep, you're right. I forgot the in it. The in part of within. All right, so ignites. Do we want anything else? What, excuse me, what should this be made out of? Like, I don't want just a 12-sided die. I want a 12-sided die, like, cast in sea glass or, like, crystals or stone. Like, I want a thing. Bones? Wood. I'd go with bones over wood. Call me morbid. Go ahead. I feel like bones. Bones would fit the skull. Like if it's made out of bones and there's a skull on the 12. Do you whittle bones? Like if I say, try to think of something that would invoke Mechanus? What's Mechanus? Or Mech-anus. Is that how you pronounce it? Carved from bone with a skull instead of a 12 on its face. The clockwork nirvana of Mechanus, sometimes called nirvana, was an outer plane in the great wheel cosmology, representing the alignment of lawful neutral and the home of Modrons? Okay, now... now I just have more questions. Why is this place Nirvana? And also, what's a Modron? Okay, if it's a clockwork, what if it's carved from a gear? Like or carved from like a piece of machinery. Something like that. Is that kind of what you're thinking for something that would invoke this clockwork thing? Okay. Carved from a gear. D&D robot creatures of absolute order. Okay. All right, cool. Is there anything special? What kind of explosion do we want this to be? Like, it's a magical explosion. We could make it fire. But, like, do we want it to be a different kind of explosion? Is there a particular type of damage or element that Mac Anus deals with? Also, okay, if you wanted to invoke something of order, what if rather than causing damage in the traditional sense, it deconstructs the thing that's in the explosion? Not necessarily fully, but like breaks it down into its parts. So it's kind of like damage, but more orderly. Have you heard of a game called Dungeon Munchies? That sounds vaguely familiar. What if it's a set of dice and each die has a different element? Ooh, okay. Set of... all right. Now we got to think of different elements. Okay, hang on. We're going to do a little bullet chart. Okay, so everybody name an element. So we have fire, electricity. Let's spell it right, though. Earth. Explosion gently disassembles the party. Not fully disassembles, but, you know, like, it'd break your armor down into, you know, possibly into pieces. So it's like, oh, these are, you know... These plates are now separated. The binding is now its own thing. Like if they were, what is it, the like Mongolian style armor? That's like, whoa, it's like metal plates woven together. It'd be like, oh, the plates separate from the weave. So you'd have like a bit of fabric and a bunch of plates. So, you know, like breaks down partially rather than just like blows a hole in it. Maybe it breaks down your skin too. Okay, so fire, earth, electricity, water, mental? Is that a thing? We're gonna put mental in its own. We're gonna have a separate list of I'm not sure if that'll work. So fire, electricity, water, earth, air. Necrotic. What's a good... Radiation. Does that count? Pudding? I'm going to put pudding under mental. Acid. Poison. Ice. Cool. I like pudding. Pudding's staying on my list. Under the... I'm not sure if we can use this. We'll do a vote on it. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 12, which would match the D12. How do we think about this? Fire damage, electricity. Let's just say electric. Electric damage. Earth damage. Water damage, air damage, necrotic damage, radiation damage, acid damage, poison damage, ice damage, mental damage, pudding damage. How's that? Can I make this 2 columns? How do I make this? If I make it a table... God, I hate dealing with tables. I need... Nope. Okay, I do want it like that, but I need like a double-sided table. Ugh. If I do this and then columns, no. I have to do it within table. Split the table into more columns. How do I do that? Distribute rows, distribute columns. Okay, but I need columns. Columns and rows. Insert right. Aha! Alright. That's not... Alright. Oh, merge cells? Maybe that's what I needed to do. So insert column right and then merge cells? No. I can't, like, layout, insert table. So insert table. Split cells should let you. Okay. So layout, split cells. Number of columns 2, number of rows 6. No. That is not doing what I need it to do. Nope, okay. Transfer data manually. I'll just leave it as this then. Okay, is this good? Oh yeah, it is probably a little bit different in Word than Excel. Each die or color appearance and damage type when it explodes. All right. So let's quickly go through all of these. I like that because now it's an additional gamble of what element you're going to get. Yeah. So let's do red. Red is fire. Brown. Water should be transparent blue. Air. Air should be like, I feel like just transparent. Necrotic. Black with green flakes. Radiation. Green with... What color is radiation? Let's say red flakes. Red swirls. Acid. Acid's generally green. Green with white. I like swirls. Poison. Purple. With gold flakes? Ice. White with blue flakes. Mental. Pudding is banana yellow. You know what? Ripe banana yellow. And then mental. What's a good mental color? Oh, electric. We also need electric. Electric. A lot of times electric is blue and white. I already have blue. We're gonna change. We're gonna say blue with white flakes. No, swirls. And this will be white with blue flakes. Mental can be, I don't know, plaid. Here for it. Unless someone stops me, that's what we're going with. Spirally? All right, cool. Spirally of what, though? All right, so exploding dice. A set of 12 12-sided die carved from a gear with a skull instead of a 12 on its face. If the die lands on 11, 1 through 11, nothing happens. If it lands on 12, the unstable magic charge within it ignites, causing a large explosion. It's my plaid die. It's a lumberjack and it's off time. Yeah. And then, what do you want to do? So I feel like if they're magical, do they refill? Do you want them to refill? Like you have to do a thing and then you get 1d12 dice back, or you do a thing and you get all missing dice back? Or do you guys just buy these as a set? For this idea, Italian, do you want it to recharge or not? Every night when the moon is above you, the bag. Ooh, they don't, what are these dice in? Because I was just writing, the bag will, like, redo the dice, remake the dice, or whatever. And then I was like, well, we didn't actually establish what they were in. There we go. I'm going with D12 to really keep with the theme here. It's a D12 There's 12 of them. They got 12 effects. Yeah, the dice explode when they explode, and the bag will make more every night. Or has a chance to create... Well, we'll create at least one if it's missing. Of the missing dice. So you won't have... You'll never have more than 12. Is how it's worded right now. We could change that. But the idea being... my thought was we'll have... I really like pudding damage because it'll hurt when it happens, but then afterwards you do, like, if you have a, you know, an explosion with fire, it's like, oh, this thing's on fire, there's fire left over. Oh, there's an explosion of earth, there's earth left over. You know, oh, there's acid here now. But if there's an exploding of pudding, there is pudding. Like, you could just scoop it up and eat it. The damage has been done. It's just pudding. I also feel like we should swap one of these for shrapnel. I feel like I want to swap water for shrapnel. Say gray with... black slivers. Shrapnel. Let's do silver. Earth could include shrapnel. Could also change Earth to what you call it? Like stone. I like stone better. Stone sounds like you're gonna get hit by something that's gonna go ouch. Or earth sounds like you're gonna get hit with mud. Which, at a high enough speed, definitely still hurts. That's still damage. Ooh, force. Okay. I like stone. Let's swap a different one with force. Let's swap air with force. Because what is force, if not harsher air that you can't breathe? Dirt clod with a rock in it, yeah. Kinetic energy? What color can kinetic energy be? Ooh, excuse me. Just invoke knockback. Just really throws you for a loop. If we really wanted to get in the weeds, we could actually give each one a different effect. Like, things burn for a set number of rounds. There we go. Just got here. Are these magic jelly beans? Jelly bellies? Yeah, it's dice. It is exploding dice. So it's a set of 12 D12s carved from a gear with a skull instead of a 12 on its face. If the die lands on a 1 through 11, nothing happens. If it lands on a 12, the unstable magic charge within it ignites, causing a large explosion. Each die has a different appearance and damage type when it explodes. So red is fire, blue with white swirls is electric, gray is stone, silver with black slivers is shrapnel, transparent is force, black with green flakes is necrotic, green with red swirls is radiation, green with white swirls is acid, purple with gold flakes is poison, white with blue flakes is ice, plaid is mental, and ripe banana yellow is pudding. And then every night when the moon is above you, the bag creates 1d12 worth of missing dice from the set. Yeah, some of the spells are way too long with the description. That seems like a critical failure effect. The idea is to use the dice as weapons, but disguised. But also a chance that they might not go off. Also, I'm thinking rather than a... So these are... Your inspiration is coming from like a machine plane creature thing. So maybe rather than... a bag. Should it be a box? Like, I want them to be in a thing that fits the theme. Yeah, like a styled case, but like something specific. Like, I don't want to say a clockwork case, but like a actual case as like a gear, and like you turn it and then like other gears turn so that you can open it. Like a cool thing like that would be really neat. A little cumbersome, but you know, you're doing a thing. You're not doing it for practicality, so why not have the case be impractical too? Inside a box of, well, I'll just use that term, interlocking cogs. Copper? You want to be copper cogs? Is that a bad cog? I'm just thinking like a brown color. So copper. Make the case like a clamshell plastic mold, so the moon or whatever is literally making them. Ooh. Oh. With a glass top. When moonlight shines through the glass into the case, the box creates 1d12 worth of missing dice from the set. It would be a bad cog, but it's magic. Who cares? Elder Scrolls has glass weapons, and they're durable and powerful. I mean, you can make glass pretty durable. I wouldn't want to have a mace out of it, but some sturdy glass. All right, so the dice reside in a box of interlocking copper cogs with a glass top. When moonlight shines through the glass and into the case, the box creates 1d12 worth of missing dice from the set. How's that sound? Is that a good item? Do you want to change anything else about it? We got like a few minutes left, so we can go a little hammy. I hit a bandit with a glass greatsword, and I paid a lot of money for it. It shatters. Oh. Extra damage. They take full damage from the hit of the sword, and then they take extra damage from all the shards that rain down on them and splash across them as it shatters on them. Your greatsword is now 15 knives. Congratulations, you now have 15 shivs. You have to make a cloth handle when you pick them up, or you also take 1d4 damage when handling them. All right, I like this. We have our bag of kittens and our exploding dice. I like these. We're going to do this again. Making magic items was fun. What are we doing here? We were making magic items. We made the Adventurer's Tool Kit Tins, which is a bag of seemingly normal bag of 9 leaves vegan cat food. But when you open the bag, 10d4 kitten golems fall out of it. And basically you have to make a roll to not stop what you're doing and play with the kittens. And then if you succeed at that roll, you get a buff if you've fed the cats, but you have to protect the cats. And then you get a massive debuff if all the cats get taken away. Did you ever do anything with my casino sword and shield set? Blight, you're going to have to remind me what it is. I'm going to say no because I don't remember what the casino sword and shield was. But it sounds cool. And I was probably very excited and then was very ADHD. And it left my brain. You've been making magic items. I've been mucking around making altered dimensionally displaced wildlife for a frozen world. Ooh, cool. That sounds awesome. I want to know about some of those critters. All right, it is 2, and I have stuff I must do, so. Hey, Slime Lord, what's happening today? We made 2 magic items. We made the Adventurer's Tool Kittens, which is a bag of that produces 1d10 or 10d4 golem kittens, kitten golems that you have to roll to not just stop and play with. And we also made exploding dice that explode when you roll the highest number on a d12, and depending on the color of the die, it does different thing. Best item? Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I like it. And then the exploding dice, which are also really fun. But that's the end. It is 2 o'clock, so it is me stopping time. Yeah, they're really cool. I'll throw the text up on the Discord and RPG Help Desk channel. So if anybody wants to use them, they can. That's the worst luck catching stream. The heck was that noise for? Wait, why did that not... That showed up on stream, but it didn't show up in my activity feed. There it is. Grimwood Games. Well, hey, Grimwood Games. How you doing? You just got here. Well, maybe you've been watching. But we are, or I am just closing up the old shop because it's 2 o'clock. I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. But if you want to come in next week, this day, but a week from today, look at the time, whatever time it is for you now, subtract 2 hours. That is when I stream on Wednesdays. That's why I stream RPG Help Desk. I also stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Mondays, but I stream video game stuff. So, I mean, I think that's fun too. You can come watch that too, but some people are here. I'm only here for the RPGs. Like, that's okay. I've been watched most of the dice stuff. Oh, cool. Oh, so you missed the bag of kitten golems. The bag of kitten golems is also great. I like both these items. I'm going to share the text of these in my Discord in the RPG Help Desk channel. For sets of time. Slime Lord, if you desperately need to hear my voice, the VOD is over on my YouTube. So, if you want to learn all about Kitten Golem Bag and Exploding Dice, you can do that. I catch you next week. Sweet. I'll be happy to see you here, Grimwood. Alright, so we're going to raid somebody. It looks like I don't have very many people on, so if anybody has a place that they want to go, let me know. I pretty much, the only person I have on is a music channel and Valkyrie. So, let me know if you do. If not, we'll go to Valkyrie. And she'll be like, why does this guy keep raiding me? Okay, so it's a roulette shield that reflects between 1 and 32% damage back on hits. One-arm bandit sword. Roll 3d12 on a vertical chop, and if it's the 3 numbers match, consult the chart for the effect. That seems like too much work. I really like the idea of a roulette shield and a themed sword with it. But that is too much math for me. Hey, Larson. Z Pastel? Pastel? All right. Let's go to Z Pastel. Thanks, Crawdad. Raid channel, not ad. All right, there we go. Setting it up. All right. Thanks, everybody, for coming. This was really fun. I was going to lore dump on you, but Larson, you're the reason we did magic items today, by the way. And then you show up at the end. It's okay, though. I had a good time. I really enjoyed making these items. I think they're cool. Or I guess we making these items. They were made by committee. With brilliant suggestions stemming from Little Lionhead and Talion. I really like these items. It's okay, Larson. All right, we hit this raid button. Thank you all for coming. It was a good time. Get Jesse the Greekist tonight on The Escapist. We're taking the test and starting God of War 3. And we're apparently doing Sea of Thieves tomorrow because Blight really wants to play it because there's a new season. I don't know what the heck the season's going to bring, but that's what we're going to do tomorrow night. And then Oh, the raid's starting. Bye, everybody. Hope to see you around. If not, then I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you are doing.